Let's hear your Halifax. The lovely Vanessa Hansen, Senior VP of Talent Relations, Sean Shelby. All right, now in the first fight of the night on UFC Fight Pass in the middleweight division, Gerald Mershart versus Ryan James. First to the scale, Newfoundland's own Ryan James.
He's on an 8-fight win streak. He's also a BJJ black belt. Not a whole lot known about this man. Let's see how his
official weight, 185.5 for Ryan James.
One thing you will know, though, is he has a diploma in computer programming and is also a web designer.
Gerald Mershart, 25-8, trains at the very well-known striking school with Duke Rufus in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But don't let this guy fool you. This guy can grapple. If you saw his last fight, he was able to transition from the back to a sick, slick anaconda choke. Got to spar with the champ, Tyrone Woodley, for this fight. Felder was also there, and Sage Northcutt.
Big 85ers. Should be fun.
All right, FS1 prelims next. Kicking it off in the middleweight division. Jack the Hammer Marshman versus Thiago Maheta Santos.
Thiago Santos is a member of the Brazilian Special Forces, an Army paratrooper to be exact. He grew up in a pretty poor and violent neighborhood in Rio de Janeiro and said it was only once he started doing Muay Thai that he really found himself.
Official weight, 186 for Thiago Santos. And his opponent, Jack the Hammer Marshman.
Jack Marshman, 21-5, has 1 win in the UFC, but he's on a 7-fight win streak. If you saw his first fight in the UFC, this guy has a great left hook, putting his opponent Magnus Sittenblad on the canvas in the second round and TKOing him. He says he's a boxer grappler. That's my kind of style.
For Jack Marshman. Next up in the Bantamweight division, Montreal's own Eamon Zahabi versus Reginaldo Vieira.
Reginaldo Vieira was Team Nogueira on Tough Brazil #4. He fights out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. 8 first-round finishes with 10 submission wins. I mean, this is a lethal guy. Says that his strength and his leader in his life would be his father. That would be his hero. And this is a guy who's trying to state his facts, state what he is at 135 pounds.
136 for Reginaldo Vieira.
Let's see how he does
and
tonight.
His opponent out of Montreal, Eamon Zahabi.
Eamon Zahabi is the younger brother of the esteemed TriStar coach Firas Zahabi. Eamon makes his UFC debut here in Halifax, and he said he is a self-proclaimed bookworm. Books are his distraction on fight week. This week's choice is how to get filthy rich in rising Asia.
He can add 50 grand to his wallet if he throws down for fight of the night or something, right?
That's right.
Easy way to make some cash.
Next up in the strawweight division, Carla Esparza taking on Randa Markos. First to the scale, Ontario's own Randa Markos.
So, of course, we know that Randa and Carla Esparza were contestants. Gilbert, on your season of The Ultimate Fighter 20, and Randa does say that she was a little bit hesitant, actually, about accepting this fight with Carla, the former champion, but she figured, you know what, you got to take every opportunity you can. If you remember, though, these two women did have some beef
116 for Randa Markos.
back in the day on the show because Randa was fighting Felice Herrig, Carla's best friend. So some history behind this fight.
Yeah, it was really interesting being in the house with these ladies, but you know what? This is a very good matchup right here. Both outstanding grapplers.
Carla Esparza has been at 123 pounds for the past 3 weeks, and because of that, she said she kind of had to rein herself in, make sure she didn't overtrain. But the perk, she got cheat days every week, including this past Sunday, where she had In-N-Out burger, chili cheese fries, and an ice cream sandwich.
Official weight 116 for the former champion, Carla Esparza.
So Carla is a little bit upset. She's not able to use the Metallica song she usually uses for walkout. There were some legal things that she said had nothing to do with the UFC. But Harvester of Sorrows is usually her Metallica song. She will not be able to walk out for that tomorrow. So we'll be hearing something new for her.
In our featured bout on the FS1 prelims, in the welterweight division, Montreal's Nordine Taleb versus Santiago Ponzinibbio.
Santiago Ponzinibbio out of La Plata, Argentina. Like most international fighters, seems to be training at ATT. This guy's an aggressive guy. He's game, man. I got a chance to see him fight Court McGee, who's a very talented fighter, and he actually stopped him. Since then, I've been keeping my eye out on Ponzinibbio. This guy's a talented fighter.
You just like saying his name.
I do like saying his name. Ponzinibbio. Look at him, he's in shape.
Yeah, he is.
And when he's out there, he's bouncing around. His cardio's great. He's kind of that full package fighter. Can take it there, or he can be elusive.
And his opponent out of Montreal, Nordine Taleb.
Nordine Taleb is an extreme sports enthusiast. He actually used to race Sea-Doos, did so in the European Nationals back when he was in his early 20s. He loves motocross, motorcycles, had many of them, but actually sold the bikes because he did not want to jeopardize his MMA career.
Dominic, were you talking about riding a motorcycle earlier today?
No, no riding motorcycles. My grandma called those murder cycles. Stay off those things.
That's an awesome fight, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back to the desk in Los Angeles. The FS1 main card will start weighing in next. We're going to start with a lightweight bout between Paul Felder and Alessandro Ricci. Dominic, why don't you tell us about the durable Canadian Ricci?
Yeah, Ricci, there's not a lot known about him. He's had one really tough fight in these UFC matchups, but more than anything, he started training when he was 16 years old, so he's been doing this a very long time. After high school, he went to Thailand to train, fight, and study Muay Thai. He considers that trip to Thailand his degree. Since then, he's opened his own gym, and Angelo Reyes has been his head coach. So he's made some changes, says these things should help him in this upcoming fight, and he's always very excited to be out here.
156 for Alessandro Ricci.
He's also a crew at his local gym, so he's got that Muay Thai experience.
Felder.
Paul Felder, training with Duke Roufus, has 15 professional fights, is 12-3, but 7 of those fights are in the UFC, so he's very experienced. I remember his fight with Danny Castillo when he did that crazy elbow to finish him, so he's a dynamic striker, a versatile striker, actually. Also had fight of the night with Edson Barboza. Both these guys are strikers. I'm excited to watch this fight because they're both going to stand and trade, I believe. Who knows? It's mixed martial art.
Felder is the favorite in this one at a -375 to a +285 for Ricci.
Next up in the women's bantamweight division, Sarah McMahon versus Gina Mazzani.
Gina Mazzani took this fight on just 16 days' notice, missed weight, weighed in at 139.5 pounds. Sarah McMahon did agree to take the fight. Now, I spoke to Gina's brother, Dave. He told me they did everything they could to cut weight. She just stopped sweating.
Official weight 139.5 for Gina
Sometimes
Mazzani.
making weight is a no, not making weight is a no-no, but with the short notice fight, Sarah McMahon was able to work with her and say it's
Coming
okay.
up next,
You gotta stay ready so you don't have to get ready, though.
That's right, good point.
McMahon.
Well, Sarah McMahon, we know, has fought for the title, was unsuccessful against Ronda Rousey, but she's put 2 wins together. Jessica Ai and Alexis Davis. She was, as Heidi mentioned, scheduled to fight somebody else. It was going to be Liz Carmouche, but she is fighting on 16 days' notice now, a different opponent. By the way, if you want to see something kind of hilarious,
for Sarah
I can't remember if it was on Elias's or Sarah's Instagram, but Elias Theodoro was teaching her how to do her hair, which is quite hilarious. I like fighters helping fighters.
I think I caught that clip. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Remember, taking that fight on short notice is a big deal for women.
Next up in
so
the middleweight
different.
division, Toronto's
It's hard to make that weight for
Elias
these ladies.
Theodoro versus Cesar Mutanchi Vejeda.
Cesar Fajeda says he's always training everything for every opponent he faces. But you better watch out, he says. You're very predictable. One mistake and you're gonna be out. He's a Capoeira black belt. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Tough Brazil #1. He was the winner.
Official weight 186 for Mutanchi Vejeda.
And also the very first pick on the Ultimate Fighter Tough Brazil #1 by Vitor Belfort. He trains alongside him, and that is one of the guys that he looks to for advice in the fight.
Elias Theodoro, 13-1, trains out of TriStar from Toronto, Canada. Got his career kicked off by winning Tough Nations. This guy's a fun guy to watch. Pushes the pace, using the wrestling, and has some great hair.
Like I said, he was teaching Sarah how to do her hair, so.
I think we're going to see a lot of interesting kicks in this fight. You got the Capoeira King, the master in Fajeda, and then you got, you know, this other opponent here, Theodoro, who likes to throw those kicks from the outside, flip kicks. He mixes it up. It's going to be aggression versus not, and we'll see how this works out. This is a fun matchup.
You can see Cesar getting in.
Yeah, Fajeda's not interested in the snacks. He's not interested in the hair. This is going to be a great fight. I'm really looking forward to this one, actually. You know, Cesar had stumbled a little bit when he dropped down to 170, but 185 now, as he mentioned, he's on 3-fight win streak.
Next up in the featherweight division, Sam Cecilia versus Halifax's hometown boy, Gavin Tucker.
Gavin Tucker left Newfoundland to actually pursue jazz here in Nova Scotia. His music career, though, took the back seat to his MMA career. He makes his UFC debut right here in Halifax. He's actually a vegan, and he thinks his diet is the reason he can train longer.
Gotta feel good to get your UFC debut.
145 for Gavin Tucker.
Yeah, absolutely. Home field advantage is crucial. It can really bring up your energy bar when the fight starts.
Sam Cecilia.
Sam Cecilia was on the Ultimate Fighter #15. He was actually part of my team. This is a guy I know very well. I used to call him the Italian Browne man because of the way that he throws heat, and he's got that beard like the guy in front of the paper towels. It just, I used to tell him that he loved it. He ate it up.
144 for Sam Cecilia.
He's also teammates with Michael Chiesa and bantamweight contender Juliana Pena. So he's got good teammates, he's got a good camp he trains with, and he's got 3 KOs in under 30 seconds. This guy has power.
For sure. There's Chiesa with him right now, filming everything. Sam Page, they call him.
Next up, the
You got a lot of
co-main
names.
event of the evening
Awesome.
in the middleweight division, Johny Big Rig Hendricks versus Hector Lombard.
Hector Lombard, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, also a judo Olympian in the year 2000 from Cuba. 22 knockouts in his record. Had a job as security and construction before he started in 2004.
For Hector Lombard.
I mean, imagine running into that guy at the door. I don't
Also has a job modeling with the He-Man dolls back in the day.
trying to get in anywhere.
Yeah, no,
You can have the door, bro.
Built like a Ford truck.
Here comes former UFC welterweight champion Johny Hendricks and 2-time NCAA division champion Johny Hendricks. Again, look how happy he is at 185 pounds and made weight.
185 and a half.
And how about Hector Lombard has a career in construction? How's he gonna do with the big rig?
Oh!
That was a bad one. Okay, I'll stop.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a closer look at the 2 men competing in tomorrow night's main event.
To look past a man like me is a huge mistake, and I'm gonna show him why.
Yeah, it's only gonna take one punch. I believe if I could just land it just one time, Lord, just let me land it one time, and it'll be over with quick.
This next fight for me is huge. This fight is everything to me. This fight is definitely my Super Bowl fight to get me started back on the road where I belong, and that's the road to the title.
Travis Browne was one of the most exciting and one of the most promising fighters in the UFC's heavyweight division. But he has had some downs. Travis Browne understands that his back is up against the wall. Derrick Lewis, on the other hand, is coming off of a 5-fight win streak. He has looked absolutely outstanding. He would love to continue that momentum and take out Travis Browne and establish himself as one of the clear prospects in the UFC's heavyweight division.
I'm really flying under the radar right now, and if I get through Travis, you know, which I know that I can, get through him, then the whole world gonna know my name, and hopefully I get that title shot soon.
Down goes Gonzaga, he's out! The Black Beast!
For Travis Browne, this is an opportunity to get back the Travis Browne of old. The Travis Browne with the outstanding footwork that we saw against Stefan Struve, with the devastating knockout power that we saw against Brendan Schaub, with the outstanding takedown defense and knockout elbows that we saw against Gabriel Gonzaga and Josh Barnett. He's got to look out for these elbows! Those are nasty! He is all over!
The key for me to win this fight is to knock Derrick Lewis out. You gotta stop him, you gotta make a statement.
I'm a brawler, so, you know, I'm not gonna go out there with the prettiest kicks and prettiest punches. You know, I'm going in there trying to knock your head out, swinging and banging.
Hope you've had a good camp, so I'm coming for you.
First to the scale, the 9th-ranked heavyweight in the world, Travis Hoppa Browne.
Here comes Travis Hoppa Browne, a veteran in the sport, sharing the octagon with the two times with Fabricio Werdum, with the champ, and also with Cain Velasquez. So he's a very experienced fighter. I like how cool and collect he looked right now. I'll tell you what, Derrick Lewis has been coming at him, getting personal with him, but I like that he's cool and focused and collected.
And you'll see this time he's got Ricky Lundell and Ray Sefo going to be in the corner with him for this fight.
Derrick, the Black Beast, Lewis.
Derrick Lewis trains with Bob Perez at 4 Ounce Fight Club. Owns 7 first-round finishes. That is nothing to sleep on, obviously. Calls himself a brawler with lots of heart.
262 for the Black Beast.
And there's something about him, guys, right? That you gotta love Derrick Lewis. You can't not like this guy.
I always think it's interesting to know people's jobs before they start fighting. He was a AAA landscaper. Like, you're on the side of the road and you give, you know, Derrick Lewis a call and he comes and hooks your car up. You better not start any beef with that guy.
All right, ladies
either.
and gentlemen, I'm here with Travis Browne. Travis, obviously a very important fight to you, but Derrick has made some things personal about this for you.
Ah, man, I mean, we're gonna go in there and fight tomorrow night. Everything's gonna be settled tomorrow. Let's go.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm here with Derrick Lewis. Derrick, second main event in a row. What do you have to prove tomorrow night?
Shit, I ain't got nothing to prove, you know. I'm just going out there, take care of my family, my kids, making sure I bring back food on the table for them.
There you have it, folks. Travis Browne taking on Derrick Lewis. Thank you guys so much. We will see you tomorrow night.